Alright guys, so it is time for another Elite Raven commission. I am just so glad that I bought a pallet of these guys wholesale recently because they're starting to get a little bit trickier to find. They're not quite out of print yet, but I am really glad that I got a bunch of them because people just keep commissioning for them. Oh my gosh. So I'm going to make a Raven. The plan at this point is to make it as tactical and as full of features as I possibly can, and I'm just going to get started. It should be really cool, very similar to the Celine video, so if you have any questions at any point, be sure to refer to that. So for this tactical Raven commission, I'm going to be using torque-tuned Tamiya motors. I found that they're just ludicrously efficient. They draw very little current and they provide just as much power as 180s. I think that they're very, very nice motors, and you don't have to cut your shell, which is just awesome. That always looks really dumb to me. So I'm also going to rewire everything with a heavier gauge of wire and use a micro switch in lieu of the traditional push-down switch. So all of that needs to be installed. I probably am going to divide the battery tray like I normally do when I integrate tactical lights, and I'll show you what all of that looks like when it's done. Alright, so for the insides of the tactical Raven, you can see that everything has been completely redone, pretty much as nicely as it can be. We have an integrated tactical light attached to a switch attached to a newly inserted divided battery pack, where this is part of the division. These three control the motors, which are now upgraded torque-tuned Tamiya motors, which are very nice. And then this switch up here operates the ultra bright LED, which is sweet. Then we have back here an extension spring, which has been resin fit into the shell and then attached to the original pusher motor. That just gives this a much crisper trigger pull and is very, very nice all the way around. And then down here we have a new micro switch, and of course everything has been completely rewired. I did go ahead and hit this up with some vinyl dye in the hopes that that won't scratch over time with use, and so we can tease that into place. And everything else is just really, really nice and ready to go. This should be a very cool blaster. I can't wait to finish up the paint job on it and lock it down and send it off to the commissioner. Let's see what it looks like on the outside. Oh man, so this is it. It is finished and complete. I am just very excited, to bring you this one. It's got a lot of features, so I'll go over them. First off, this is a vinyl dye base coat with a full tactical gray enamel paint job. The only pieces that are not painted are the orange, with the large amount of shootings recently involving toy guns in the media. I decided to keep not only the orange tip but also a little bit of orange just around it to make sure that this is a toy, because this is probably one of my most tactical mods out there. So we have the vinyl dye base coat, the gray enamel, which is just really, really sweet. I have attached a tactical laser sight which runs all the way down through here to a pad button, and that just means that every time this button is tapped, the laser will come on. Now, that is positioned strategically so that your three main fingers do a unique function each. So the trigger finger pulls the trigger, the middle finger revs the blaster, and then your ring finger is designed to operate this. Blaster also has a built-in tactical LED up here, operated on a single switch in the back. Now I'll do a nighttime segment to show off both of those features in their actual desired state, but the blaster performs marvelously. It's running on lithium-ion batteries in the back, and then the front is a trust fire just to power this ultra bright LED. Those are ideal batteries for both situations. It's running torque-tuned Tamiya motors. It's completely overhauled like my Celine Raven, which means that this is about as nice as you can make a Raven. So I am very pleased to send this off to the commissioner, and I'm going to fire it a few times for you here, so let's just do that. And that was just very, very smooth. The way that you change the spring makes it very easy to cycle through multiple shots like that. Looks like that was the entire clip. The Draculina did a lot of this detailing by hand, which is why there is a miniature fang signature. That is how she has started to denote when she helps me with work. I think that that's the only place the blaster has been signed. We have decided to call it the TAC-VIN. We were not given a name from the commissioner, but all in all, I couldn't be more pleased with this blaster. It's just a real showcase of kind of a lot of the things that can be done to this blaster, and I don't think that it's possible to add too much more to a Raven without it getting just ridiculously busy. So that is the tactical Raven. I'll cut to a night segment now. Alright guys, so it's raining. Hopefully you can hear me out here, but I've brought out the tactical Raven, and there we go. That is the tack light. Very effective, very nice, very simple actually. Breaking down this battery tray is just super duper efficient. Here is the red dot sight, and again, that's just clicking this top button here with your ring finger. So that is a push button activated. It goes on and off at will. And then the blaster itself just has plenty of purr, plenty of power, just a very, very cool commission, and was an absolute pleasure to make. I'll get this shipped off soon. Oh, and fun reminder, since this video is going up on Monday, the Draculina should have launched her second Nocturnimals comic today, so if you're checking that out, heads up. As always, guys, thanks for watching. Really appreciate your viewership. Later.